What's up, guys? It's your boy Nathan. We are back with another watch along, and we have Newcastle United versus Arsenal. Game's underway. Hello, Anshuman. What's happening over here? Hold on a minute. Why were you going to sleep right now, bud? Anshuman, you're calling it an early night, or? Hello, Nitesh. Hello, Danish. Timer? Bro, I'm gonna see if I can figure it out in the international break. If I can't figure it out, then it is what it is. Oh, what is this? Oh, that hurts. Hello, Shreyas. It's been a while, bud. How are you? How have you been? Let's hope Arsenal lose, as always. Because why not? Good vibes to start off the weekend. Excuse me. Come on, Arsenal. Please lose. Please lose and give me some Saka returns on top of that. Arsenal are back with Saliba. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see the lineup actually. It's a great point. The lineup is as follows: Pope, Livramento, Shah, Byrne, Hall at the back. In the mid, we have Longstaff, Guimaraes, and Willock. Up front, we have Anthony Gordon, Alexander Isak, and Joe Linton. For Arsenal, we have Raya, Partey, Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, and Jurien Timber at the back. In the middle, we have Martinelli, Saka, Merino, Rice. Up front, we have Trossard, Havertz in a 4-4-2 apparently. Will you be doing 8:30? I will not be doing 8:30 matches today because it's my dad's birthday and we have plans. Um, that's why I had to do this match. Tomorrow we will be doing both matches, however. The United match and the what is the other match tomorrow? Let me just check. United match and the Villa Spurs match. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, Nitesh. Do you all celebrate it in Rajasthan, dude? Do you have like parties or something at clubs? Here we don't celebrate. We have Halloween theme parties at clubs. I don't think people actually go there dressed up, but they give you the option. Hello, Biku. Are you happy with Amorim? Well, the funny thing is, uh, when he snubbed or whatever, when he said no to Liverpool, when Liverpool were looking for him, no, it gained my interest. Just simply because I found it interesting that he said no to Liverpool. Then when he said no to West Ham, no, I was like, that's very interesting. But what really made me happy about it was apparently he was City's next option if Pep retires. So, just these three as an example would make any normal football fan very happy with the signing. But I suppose in reality is we have a wonderful history with Sporting Lisbon, and if history is to show, or rather, if history would be correct for a third time, we are going to be in a hopefully be in a good spot after this management overhaul, I should say. He's coming in with, I think it's four coaches, or is it two coaches and two members of health, basically medical staff. I don't know if it's four coaches and two medical staff members or two and two. So he's coming with stuff. Apparently, that was the deal. He takes his team wherever he goes. Respect. Apparently, this team has been with him when he was a coach for a team called Casa Pia, which I assume is going to be in some second or third division in Portugal. And apparently, that was one of the deals. They must come. So that's nice, I suppose. Quite honestly, I don't know what happens to Ruud van Nistelrooy and Rani Heck. Ooh, popped out with Nick Pope's long limbs. Wow, wow. Pope really used his long limbs for that one. That looked dangerous. Ooh, Newcastle stayed on the counter, keeping the ball in play. Is Isaac lays it off? Ah, too much on it. But yeah, thank you, thank you. I will convey these wishes to him. Never celebrate Halloween in my life. The thing is, Nitesh, is you must have. It's one of those things where you have to celebrate it with other people. You can't just walk around dressed in costume. You look like an idiot. Well, you won't look like an idiot, I suppose, but depends on the costume. You could blend in. You could get one of those costumes where everyone thinks it's cool to walk around wearing them. I just think it's more fun when you do it with people. I think what you should do, ideally, is if you have like a big group of friends, let's say 8 to 10 friends, like close friends. I think what you should do is whoever has the biggest house or the biggest space, you should just have a Halloween party there. Get food, get drinks, whatever. If you all don't drink, whatever, get whatever drinks you all drink, cokes, whatever, mocktails, whatever, like whatever you feel like having with it, juices and stuff. Get some food, preferably order like maybe 1 2 handis of biryani or something. It depends on what you all like to eat. Obviously, you all might be vegetarian, or some of them might be vegetarian, and then just do it up there, man. Do it up in your own place, because going to a club, I don't know, man. I never ever liked going to a club, being here all my life. I would go for Halloween just to see if everyone is participating. Just once at least I would go, but I would prefer just doing it at home. I think everyone is also super comfortable being at home and having the party, man. That's another thing, like being home, controlled environment, you can go crazy. If you don't want to go home, you can just, crash at the place and leave the next day. There's a lot of like benefits, but I've never celebrated, but I would love to celebrate it like that. It was a beautiful ball through the middle there. I don't know what Newcastle were doing. Burn and Shah were taking naps over there. That was crazy. How the player just went right in between all of them. Absurd. Ran right in between everybody. Do you think Man United are going to sell Rashford and rest of the signings? Nathan, but why people celebrate Halloween backstory? So, if I'm not mistaken, Halloween is actually from a festival called Samhain in Ireland. You're going to have to Google it, dude, because I first learned about it, funny enough, playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That's actually where I learned it from. Uh, yeah, I think it was started by either by Vikings or Viking descendants in Ireland, and it started that way. I'm not really sure what is the meaning behind it, but I was like, definitely explained it in the game, and I totally don't remember now because I thought that was just some weird video game thing, but it's actually true. It's what a goal! What a goal! Oh boy, Gordon with a cross. FPL points, please. Someone is saying in the background. Gordon's cross. What a beauty of a cross. What a great header by Alexander Isak. I mean, very awkward looking attempt of save by Raya. I can't. I have to see that in slow motion again. God, Anthony Gordon, please be onside. Oh, he's way on. Oh, he's way on. Oh yes, what a ball! What a dip on the ball. In fact, Isaac holds his run just for a split second there. Beautiful header. Kind of still going upwards and diagonally, so it was very difficult for Raya. Quite diagonally. Yeah, see, it was very, very awkward. Dyer didn't really commit to diving to the side. It's more like he jumps sideways. Hence, that save looks awkward. What a goal by Alexander Isaac. Definitely a goal to no offside there for sure. So yeah, isn't Halloween a Christian festival from starting? I may be wrong. No, now though everyone celebrates. No, it is. That's what I'm saying. It's a pagan. It's a pagan festival called Samhain, and it was first started in Ireland. Yeah, very weird. Very weird. I just learned about that. In fact, myself recently. But do you think United are going to sell Russian wrestler signing? Listen, dude, I don't really know how much control Ruben Amorim has. If I'm being very honest with you, there's a lot of speculation. Uh, he's going to be a head coach, not a manager, and there's like bunch of content creators who explained how that is. It is kind of in the contract itself. That's how basically he's going to be a coach, not a manager anymore. Ineos want a lot of control over what goes on in the future. You can say that's a good thing. You can say that's a bad thing. Where only time will really tell. Ten Hag was under a previous contract, right? So he had what I suppose you could say he had manager kind of privileges. So yeah, Ruben Amorim's gone to head coach basically, and I think in a way I think that's great because you can blame less of the things on Ruben Amorim. In many ways, it's a kind of a gamble for Ineos because a lot of things that won't work out will actually be Ineos's fault, not the managers. Like in terms of recruitment, if they say no, like for example, we were Amrabat, like he told us in the press conference, Eric Ten Hag wanted Sofiane Amrabat, and Ineos said no. So like today, if we didn't have a DM, but we got Ugarte obviously, but if we didn't have a DM, it would actually be Ineos's fault and not Ten Hag's fault. So things like that make it really favorable because there's less onus on the manager and more onus on the ownership, which basically means we know who to blame if things go wrong for sure. I think Rashford should go anyway. I don't see Rashford working in this 3-4-3 formation, to be honest with you. And I have a feeling some of the recent signings are actually going to go and some of the older signings are actually going to stay, which is a bit contradictory because a lot of people think the older signings are not good enough and the newer signings are more suitable for modern style of football. Um, have a feeling based on how the way Amorim wants to play, some of these modern, quote unquote, modern footballers are not going to fit this current mold. Sorry. Ireland Christian country to hai na? Yeah, but it's not as simple as that. Na? The Vikings came and the Vikings had their own gods, na? Nitesh, that's what I'm trying to say. That's why I'm saying it's a pagan festival. Pagans were basically people that weren't Catholic back in the day when whatever existed in Europe. So it's actually more like a Viking festival that started in Ireland. So, like you said, now everyone celebrates it no matter what. But yeah. So technically, I suppose you could say it's kind of a Viking festival originally. It is a celebration observed in many countries on 31st October, the eve of the Western Christian feast on Hallows Day. It's the beginning of the observance of All Hallowtide. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, I suppose it became a Christian feast at some point of time, didn't it? It makes sense. It was, I suppose, in a very Christian country at some point of time. On one theory holds that many Halloween traditions were influenced from a Celtic harvest festival, particularly the Gaelic festival Samhain. You say it's Samhain, although it's written Samhain over here. I don't know. The Celts have a different way of saying words. So it's pronounced Samhain apparently, which are believed to have pagan roots. Some go further and say that Samhain may have been Christianized as Hallows Day along with its eve by the early church. Exactly. I think it may have been turned into a churchy thing later on. Celebrated in Ireland and Scotland for centuries. That we corrected. We said correctly, I mean. Popular activities during Halloween include trick or treating or the related guising or and souling. Think trick or treating sounds way better. Blah blah blah. Okay, these are all the things they do now. Hmm. Halloween is thought to have influence from Christian beliefs and practices. The English word Halloween comes from All Hallows Eve, being the evening before the holy days. Oh, okay. Boy. All Saints Day, yeah, we celebrate that as well. All Souls Day is today, which we also celebrate. Um, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so it's an interesting thing. A lot of people say that comes from Samhain. A lot of people say it's a Christian thing. It's interesting for sure. Russia's world class player is the closest to Mbappe you will get, and at times better than Mbappe. Listen, dude, can I be honest with you? Even if he was better than Mbappe, at the end of the day, I would prefer to play players that can actually play the system. Because we got one coach, he didn't play the system. He went and did an interview at some point of time last year and says, "This is not Ajax. They cannot play the way people in the way Ajax was set up," which obviously makes sense. He had plenty of time to set up those players. He had a good blend of experienced players and young players from the Ajax academy to play total football. Now, I was told a long time ago. I don't know how much of it is true nowadays, but what a cross again. Oof, what a cross. I don't know how much of it was true, but um, back in the ball stayed in play. Wow, that's crazy. I was told that Ajax, the way the Ajax youth setup is that all players spend a fixed amount of time playing in all positions to understand what they're good at from a really young age. So, for example, let's say you're a center back today. You would have played in most positions before you were determined to have the qualities of a center back in the Ajax Youth Academy. So in many ways, they would allow you to play whatever and see what you're good at, and then determine where you could fit the mold as you're moving up through the youth academy ranks. So I think it was a lot easier for Ten Hag to play his style there because he'd be first of all, it was a bunch of Ajax youth academy players in his team, and people like Lassen Schörner and Dusan Tadic obviously were very experienced players. Um, so I think they just honestly had the players to play Eric Ten Hag style because by default Ajax academy actually plays total football, or rather tries to implement total football from really really young. So I think it was easier for him to play his style of football. Yeah, he came to a team where a lot of the deflection straight into the goalkeeper's hands. A lot of them play counter attacking style. So that's not necessarily a system, and more in terms of like trigger moves and runs like that. So I just don't want to have any more players that can't play a system. I just rather have a bunch of players who can play the system, whether they are exceptional, world class, Ballon d'Or level, whatever. I just prefer having a team that plays that because Eric, like I said, we already lost one coach. Having a bunch of players that are definitely not equipped to play a style, which we kind of knew even though we were getting him. But we were promised he'd be fluid, and unfortunately, he wasn't very fluid. Uh, what was that? What was that dive by Marino? That's crazy. Marino fell down like he was the leaning tower of Pisa. Look at that. Bro, look at that. Wow, in slow motion, that looks even more embarrassing. Jesus, dude, you're a grown man. You fell like we were chopping you like you were a giant tree. Oof, very, oh boy, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, I just want to have a bunch of players that can actually play the system. So whoever needs to be sold, they need to be sold. It's as simple as that. The only thing that's why Mbappe made wrong decision join my. But listen, dude, I'll tell you something about this. This is a man who told Madrid he would come 2 years before and took the money. Uh, no one can afford Mbappe's wages, that 260 whatever million. Whoa, what a block on the wall there. The ball literally stuck to Lewis Hall. Amazing. Great shielding there by Alexander Isak. Um, Wins the throw in also. Lovely move there. Um, I honestly think he should have moved there 2 years ago. I think it would have suited him better. The timing would have been better. He could have gelled along with the players better. Now it's more like, I heard a very interesting saying. I don't know if you guys will agree with it or not, but I heard it. I heard the explanation of the Real Madrid squad as an embarrassment of riches. Now, just to explain what that means in case nobody understood like the term, embarrassment of riches basically is saying you actually have too many good players, and not all of them are playing, or all not all of them can actually play together because everyone's trying to be a hero, and not a lot of them are trying to be quote unquote team players. So if you ask me, has Mbappe made a wrong decision? I don't think there are five clubs that can pay 268 million signing on bonus, if you were to believe whatever that is. I don't think there's a lot of clubs who can pay it. So, in terms of making a mistake, well, it depends on how many teams are available that could actually pay that signing on bonus, which I think are not many. I would argue to say one of the teams that could pay the signing on bonus was the team he already played for. Barcelona can't afford it. United can't afford it. Liverpool can't afford it. I would say, I don't know if City would even try right now because of the 115 charges. Maybe if they didn't have the charges, you would consider City even to pay the signing on bonus. So that's City, PSG, which already plays for them, Madrid, who he signed for. Yeah, City, maybe Chelsea. I don't know. 100% probably getting a trade ban after that. What a clearance there by Shah. Uh, Probably getting a trade ban if they did it, but maybe Bowley could have got the money. So Chelsea, Man City. Uh, I don't know any other club. So yeah, I don't know where he would go. I guess he would have had to re-sign with PSG only because no one would able to pay that signing on bonus. As far as making a mistake, I mean, time will tell. I think they have way too many star-studded players. I think Vinicius is actually better than Mbappe, which I never thought I thought that would be true, but I have a feeling it is. Some of the goals Mbappe scored literally was Vinny giving him the ball to score a penalty. So I mean, all those goals would probably be Vinicius's goals if Mbappe wasn't even in the team. So you take out all those goals, and how many goals does Mbappe have right now? I think time will tell, but I have to be honest, it's not looking good right now. Ooh, Arsenal there slammed the ball into another player right from point blank range, trying to force the goal from the corner. Arsenal trying to play ball here. Wow, good defensive moves there by Anthony Gordon. Great move there by Anthony Gordon. मतलब his career got stagnant PSG, but he could have joined some other club than Madrid. Madrid did really, yeah, that's one thing I said way before he signed, which is Madrid definitely doesn't need him. Um, yeah, I don't think they need him. I will say I don't know how many of them could do the signing on bonus, but his career at PSG did get stagnant too. They were actually getting worse and worse after they lost Neymar and Messi. So there's that as well. True, Liverpool में chance था वो main man hota plus Haaland was Mbappe or hype. Yeah, but there's no way Liverpool could afford the 260 million signing on bonus route. And before you say that he could have taken less as the bonus, bro, let me tell you this. He could have taken the less of a bonus at Real Madrid too. Yeah. So I don't think he was gonna get less anything. And I think he had to make it a signing on bonus so it doesn't become an FFP thing, which means Liverpool would have had to pay 260 million. Even if it's 200 million, dude, Liverpool can't afford that. Even if it's 150 million and Liverpool can't afford that. And it's not because Liverpool don't have money, but it'll affect Liverpool's transfer issues for God knows how long. So it's one of those things. I don't know where he could have gone with the money amount he spent. Hello, Jabba. Come on, tune. Yes, come on, tune indeed. Hello, Abhishek. How's life? Can't complain, but can't complain. Happy Diwali. Hopefully, you had a good one. We had a great one. We won on Diwali. Yeah, technically it was Diwali, wasn't it? We started out well. Unfortunately, you did not. So your Diwali might have been a little rough, Abhishek. But hopefully the rest of the day was good. Happy Diwali, Jayesh. They will sell Chouameni, I think. Yeah, something I was watching, something saying Chouameni's futures. That yeah, but the thing is, Chouameni doesn't really affect whatever's going on gameplay wise. Like selling Chouameni doesn't really solve anything unless they have to do it because of, again, the transfer decisions they have made this season. Because if that's the case, then it was the big mistake. They should have definitely not bought Mbappe. If they're selling Chouameni because they have to, because of transfer decisions, then that is an absolute blunder uh, made by Madrid, in my opinion, obviously. Almost half an hour, the game's up. We'll go for Rodri or Enzo. I don't. Why would. Well, I guess the problem with City players now is if Pep's not going to stay, will the rest of them want to stay? If I'm not mistaken, De Bruyne also is being done soon. They came to give the thing back. What happened? Ah, means it's fine, right? God, this tea is boiling hot. Ouch. Bro, what are they going to go to for Enzo for? Enzo is struggling to play at Chelsea, dude. Like, I don't know. You know what, though? I hope Chelsea get 100 million for him if Real Madrid want Enzo. Rice to take the corner. Here comes some dark arts, possibly. 31 minutes. Bro, look where all the Arsenal players are standing. That's interesting. Wow, back post. It was deliberate. All the Arsenal players were standing way behind the back post. I think Rodri leaves only if Guardiola leaves because I don't see why Rodri would leave. Although I suppose Rodri might want to go back to Spain. Maybe that's why he leaves. Enzo Fernandez, I mean, yeah, I don't know about that. We'll go for Rodri or Enzo Madrid, Nitesh. Because saying that after offloading Chouameni, they might go for Rodri or Enzo. I can see Rodri joining Real Madrid simply because he might want to go back home to Spain. I can see that, but I feel like Rodri is going to stay in City if Pep, especially if Pep stays. I don't see Rodri going without Pep leaving. I suppose he could go to Madrid anyway because he wants to go back home to Spain, but I don't see it happening necessarily. Martinelli's trying to get a yellow here. Martinelli's getting way too excited, and I have a feeling he's definitely going to get a yellow. He was Atletico Madrid player, won't join classless Madrid club. Yeah, but you know what I mean, dude. At the end of the day, Rodri was playing for Atletico Madrid. For some reason, I thought he was playing for Sevilla. I don't know why. Um, Sometimes he might just want to go because he wants to go back home to Spain, though. Again, it's another thing, right, Nitesh? Who can afford it? Guimaraes is on the ground now. Something's happening here. Yo, I don't know how is that a foul. Merino didn't even do anything. Oh, this is horrible. Oh my god, this is horrible. What is the level of diving that's going on today? Merino falls down like a tree. Guimaraes kicks Merino and then bro, what is that? Guimaraes literally kicks Merino and he's the one on the ground. Oh, that's a little embarrassing. I'm not going to lie. It's a little embarrassing. That disrespect, I don't think so. Rodri's going to join them. Bro, let me tell you something. 2 years ago, everyone said no Mbappe. We got disrespected by him. Papa Perez got disrespected by him. 2 years later, Mbappe is a Real Madrid player. At the end of the day, Nitesh, no matter what anyone tells you, no money talks, bro. If they are giving you that money and they are giving you a contract that you will take that contract, bro. Brought him from Atletico. Okay. That's all I know. If you're giving him that contract and it suits his purpose, he's going to 100% leave. How old is Rodri? 28 years old. By the time if he leaves next year, he'll be 29 by next season start. So he'll be 29 years old. Well, Villarreal B, Atletico Madrid. So he played 1 year for Atletico Madrid. He's actually a Villarreal player from youth. Hmm. Mm-mm. Oh wait, he spent 6 years in Atletico Madrid as a youth. Then he joined for 3 years at Villarreal youth. Then he got promoted at Villarreal B, Villarreal A for 3 years. Then played 1 year at Atletico Madrid. Then joined Man City. Happy Diwali, happy Diwali. Goal kick for Newcastle. Martinelli seems to be very frustrated right now, which is perfect. Tino Livramento doing very well. Great sweeping there by David Raya. Very edgy game, yeah. Ooh, Longstaff gets booked. Oh, I don't know. That seems a little soft for a yellow card, though. It's not exactly like they won the counter. The ball was almost stood still. Oh, Fabian Shah got a yellow card. Oh, there's two Arsenal players on the ground now. And by the way, I didn't ask your thoughts on Ballon d'Or. I'll be honest with you, Nitesh. I didn't think it should be Rodri. Everyone was saying Vinicius. I don't agree though. I think it should be Carvajal. I think Carvajal won everything. Carvajal had a assists in semi-finals in the Champions League. Um, Played an important role in uh, in the Euros as well. Yeah, people say he got a red card. Yeah, but that if you go back and see that red card, the red card was a tactical red card. He didn't need to play in the next game. He missed one game. Didn't need to play in that game. Spain already qualified, and he got a red card. Yeah, but it was tactical, so I don't see anything wrong with that personally. And I think Carvajal won everything, and I think he was very crucial in the Champions League campaign in particular. And I mean, I know it sounds crazy to say, but Rodri just won the league, dude. Carvajal won everything. So I'm not saying like Rodri didn't doesn't honestly Rodri deserved it the year City won the treble and he didn't get it. I believe I was telling you that I think Rodri should have won it and he didn't. This year I think Carvajal should have won it and Rodri won it. So I guess you know I guess in a way Rodri got his Ballon d'Or, which I suppose in fairness to Rodri is one that he deserved to at least have one Ballon d'Or anyway. So he got one eventually, and fortunately, I don't think should have been this one, but he got it. So when Rodri retires one day, he's going to say he won a Ballon d'Or. Probably not for the year you thought he won it, but he won one in the end. That's what matters, I suppose. But do you think it was a robbery? In my opinion, Vinny Carva, Jude Lautaro, all equally deserved. Yeah, honestly, I just think it should be Carvajal because he won everything. Inter Milan obviously didn't win everything. Vinicius didn't win everything, and Rodri didn't win everything. To me, it was clearly Carvajal, but was it a robbery? I mean, if Carva, I think it was a robbery because Carvajal won it, didn't win it. I think everyone else, it wouldn't have been a robbery for. For example, if Carvajal wasn't in the group, just those four guys, I don't think it would have been a robbery. I think you could have given it to everyone. I would still lean slightly to the Madrid players because they won the Champions League, but I don't think it would have been a robbery. No, I don't think so. Um, I would have gone in if Carvajal was in there, I would have gone um, Rodri, Lautaro, Jude, Vinny, and the reason is Jude before Vinny because Jude went all the way to a finals. Vinny, they flumped out horribly in the Copa America. Lautaro won the Copa America, and Rodri won the Euros. Um, Bellingham won the league and the Champions League. Rodri won the league and the Euros. Vinny won the league and the Champions League. But Jude would have gone over because he scored almost what third most amount of goals in La Liga, and he reached a European Euros final. So if it was the four of them, I don't think it was a robbery. But because Carvajal was in the picture, I think Carvajal should have won everything. If that makes sense. Rodri just won the league. He was purely. But you see what I'm saying, right? Like I am saying, it's crazy to say he just won the league, but when you compare him next to Daniel Carvajal, Daniel Carvajal won everything there is to win that year. Yeah, and a few years ago, Daniel Carvajal was looking to be moved on by Real Madrid. So what a comeback from him, you know? He went from not being played, they've been playing Vasquez, they've been playing Valverde, him being injured, him being old, him being out of form, to actually play the entire season. Get an assist for a Champions League goal. I think it was the final or semi-final, I don't remember anymore. Uh, if Carvajal wasn't there, I don't think it would be a robbery. I think any one of them could win it. I think the fact that Carvajal was in the list, I think Carvajal should have deserved it. Unfortunately, as we all know, whether we like to admit it or not, Nitish, defenders don't get any love because no one's very impressed in general about defenders when it comes to Ballon d'Or. That's just how it is. So, what can you do? You can't do anything about it. Just won the league. That's why I said it may sound funny to say it, but he just won the league. If you compare, oh, here we go. Arsenal's through. Uh, Blocked. Newcastle doing well. 3 minutes left. Hello, Abhijit. Good evening. Real Madrid fans may call it a robbery. I don't have that much problem with that, but them not attending ceremonies just because their player was not going to win. This was so entitled, classist behavior. Well, see, dude, I'll say this, right? I don't know what that was about, honestly. I don't know. I don't know if, yeah, like, listen, if that was the reason, it's kind of sad. But at the same time, it still should have been Carvajal, dude. Like, you know, that doesn't mean you should not attend it. But at that being said, it's like, who cares, bro? At the end of the day, Rodri won it. They can attend or not attend. They can agree or not agree. At the end of the day, Rodri is going to take that trophy home. In the record books, Rodri will be the one that has won it. No one will care who was in attendance. Let's be honest. When all these players retire tomorrow, Carvajal, no Ballon d'Ors. Jude, Vinny, Lautaro, no Ballon d'Ors. Maybe they'll get one in the future, but as of now, tomorrow at the end of the season, if they all retire, at the end of the day, Rodri will be the one with the Ballon d'Or. So whoever visited or didn't visit that show and go there and sit and wear a suit, it's not really going to matter. That's just my opinion. I'm sure a lot of other people will disagree. But at the end of the day, whoever takes the trophy home, that I suppose that's the only one that matters. Who's in attendance shouldn't matter at all. Attend, don't attend, bro. I'm still taking the trophy home. Who cares? I wouldn't, honestly. Football's for everyone, not just for Real Madrid. They act so entitled. I just see again, dude. When it comes to Winnie and Jude, I don't think they should win it over Carvajal anyway. So the fact that Carvajal was being so overlooked, I was like, this is exactly why I don't care who wins the Ballon d'Or. This is exact, like, no offense. I'm not saying it because Vinny won it. If you remember last year when Rodrigo didn't win it, I said Rodri didn't win it. I said the same thing to you. I said, how is Haaland or Rodri not winning it? It's crazy. So this is why I don't take it only seriously anymore. It doesn't matter who wins it. I think there was a time where it did matter. I genuinely think there was a time where it did matter. I don't think it matters anymore, quite honestly. I think when it was bouncing between Ronaldo and Messi, even though it was boring, right? At least we would have a season full of performances by both players. A season full of performances by both players. Nowadays, it's like whoever wins the most trophies, whoever wins the scores the most goals. Even if you played horribly in those games and scored the goal, no, you will eventually get a Ballon d'Or. But when Messi and Ronaldo were playing, bro, it was a performance after performance after performance after performance. Now it's whoever wins most trophies or scores more goals. It's become very, I don't want to say fixed, but it's become very predictable. Let's just put it that way. It's become very predictable. Shitty PR award, never consistent. Danny yeah, that's exactly what I was telling Nitesh. I am not against. I'm not saying it because the City player won. Because the year the City won the treble, they should have had a Ballon d'Or. That is just my opinion. That opinion will not change. I don't care what everyone did elsewhere. I don't care who won what, how many goals someone else scored. I think the year City won the treble, City should have had a Ballon d'Or winner. That's just me being brutally honest. It has nothing to do with any kind of bias. I believe that. I'll tell that to anybody who will listen. Um, so I think in the end, Rodri ended up getting his Ballon d'Or. He just got it in a different year. So good for him. Real Madrid always act weirdly when things don't go their way, man. But this is the thing, no. Some people will complain about that, Nitesh, and some people will say winning mentality. So what in my opinion the best thing to do is collect your award and go. Why you're trying to like tell be honest, dude. Like honestly, right? If those four players were sitting there, no, while Rodri picked up that trophy, would it make any difference? Would it make any difference to you and your family if you are Rodri's family? Would it make any difference? I wouldn't care, bro. I wouldn't. Because at the end of the day, no, I am going home with a trophy, bro. You can do whatever you want. You can show up, not show up. You can do whatever. As long as I get the trophy and I get the recognition and my name goes on the book, na, who cares? Come, don't come, bro. Makes no difference. Do whatever you want with your life. You know. Again, that's just my opinion. The old man is beefing with UEFA. That's why they didn't go. Oh, is that why? Well, that's also a thing they do, don't they? If they're biggest club in the world, then act like we're not like some sore losers. Well, so again, that's what no. Some people will say that's winning mentality, dude. Some people will say that's winning mentality. Again, I don't agree. Some people will say winning mentality. Once my friend said that Real Madrid fans have simultaneously a god complex and victim mentality. Well, they were going, but when they get to know that they're not winning, they cancel the last minute. Hello, Asif. Nathan, what's that's what I'm telling. Haaland done twice what Vinny has done this year, but plus the treble. Still, he was there when he knew he was not going to win it. That's called class. Yeah, well, are you talking about Ballon d'Or winner Rodri? Yeah, kind of, yes. Not exactly. We're talking about issues around it as well, but yes, kind of. Levels a Ballon d'Or winner don't care what FFF or some run. You know exactly. The year Lewandowski clearly won it, there was no Ballon d'Or ceremony. Conveniently, some people saying because Ronaldo and Messi didn't do anything, that's why. Possible. Hello, do you think we should get Manieri more often? I think we should. You should play him and see how he performs with against the big boys, Manaj. I don't know what you think. What do you think about the match so far? I think it's been pretty back and forth. Newcastle just coming off some momentum against Chelsea, even lost to Chelsea, beat Chelsea, and now currently leading. So they have some momentum as well. UFC 310 main event cancelled. Yeah, Belal, dude. God, his toe looked ugly. Untitled, yeah. It's been a while. Watching Arteta play eight at the back. Eh, listen, doesn't have to be exciting as long as they keep winning, dude. How have you been? But it's been a while. Ballon d'Or will always be debatable, and don't be surprised when Josco wins it next. Bro, Josco ain't winning shit, dude. If Carvajal couldn't win it after winning everything, no, Josco Guardiola, the chances of Josco Guardiola winning it, no, are not only slim, no, they're non-existent, dude. If Daniel Carvajal can't win it this year, no, believe me, there's not a defender that can win it moving forward. Mark my words. Mark my words, dude. If all it took was Cannavaro to win a World Cup, right, to get it, and Daniel Carvajal won every trophy you can think of, all the major ones you can think of, and still not win it, bro, Josco Guardiola has no chance. You can forget about it. Even whether you're trolling or not, no, it's irrelevant. It just won't happen. Arteta shaking his hands about, as always. Man United finally making progress with Amorim. Let's not get giddy, Untitled. Let's not get giddy. We'll see. We'll see at some point of time. That guy from Madrid Pundits, I'm not sure about his name, but he was थोड़ा मोटा सा on TCF that Xavi and and Busi never won, but Rodri won is a disgrace. You know what? Again, Xavi and Iniesta should have won it the year they won the World Cup. Messi won it. Messi won nothing. So, so yeah, I mean it's ridiculous. Xavi or Iniesta, either one should have won it the year Spain won the World Cup. Neither of them won it. Messi won it because he scored 90 goals. I'm like, but what does that matter, dude? They all won the league title, and Xavi and Iniesta won the World Cup for the first time in Spain's history. And Messi wins the Ballon d'Or. I don't get it, dude. It is a disgrace that Xavi and Iniesta don't have one, though. I agree with that, especially after the World Cup one. It's crazy. Jethron, hi, bro. I'm new to channel. Welcome, Jethron. Welcome. And who do you support? I'm going to assume it's Madrid for some reason. By their logic, because Xavi and Iniesta didn't win in 2010, so Rodri shouldn't win. No, I'm not saying it's by that logic. It's like I think what they're trying to say. I see. Listen, I didn't hear what he said, but if it's by the logic of winning everything and still not winning it, then he's right, dude. Because it's like Carvajal, except for the World Cup. It's like they won everything and they still didn't win it, and the guy with the goals won it, which is, not that Rodri got the goals, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like they won everything and they still couldn't get a Ballon d'Or, which is kind of crazy. Title, what progress? Is getting sacked after 2.5, 3 years back. Well, in 2.5, 3 years, we might win a few more trophies, dude. So that could be eyed as process and progress. Hello, Shania. शुक्र नहीं आ गया मेरे से और नेथन कार्वाल सबसे ज़्यादा डिजर्व करता है एज ए न्यूट्रल कार्वाल कोई नहीं मिला तो कैसी राइट बैक कभी बात या एग्जैक्टली आई एग्री अपकमिंग ईयर्स पे भी आई couldn't agree with you more. Carval couldn't win it this year. There's no way any defender's winning it, man. Sorry, I don't care how good the defender is. It's just not gonna happen. Hello, Shana. Hopefully everything's good and you're staying safe. And welcome back. Excuse me. They didn't win because of Messi and Ronaldo, not because of Rodri. No, but I'm not saying they won because of. They didn't win because of Rodri. I'm saying they didn't win because the system is flawed. Again, I didn't hear really what Suryansh said. I assume you're talking about Suryansh. I assume he's talking about how flawed the system is, which I think we can all agree the system is flawed, sadly. Rory said that in his acceptance speech that Xavi and Ika should have won exactly. I think a new breath of fresh air and a style of play will help United. But then again, I think, bro, I'm telling you, the moment everyone found out that Ruben Amorim signing, my worst nightmare began. How Ruben Amorim is going to change Manchester United? What can we expect from Ruben Amorim? These are the tactics Ruben Amorim is going to use to help Manchester United. How is Ruben Amorim going to set up Manchester? I was like, God, yeah, not this again. 3 years ago, I got fooled by Ten Hag, and now again, all the people are making these videos again. I'm like, bro, let's just see what he does, man. Don't say this because when none of it happens, everyone goes, oh, we are disappointed it didn't happen. Bro, there was no guarantee it was going to happen. He could have the same excuse as Ten Hag, and Ten Hag basically said, I didn't have the players like I had in Ajax to play the Ajax style of play. So I had to change my style of play. And yet everyone is making videos about how Ruben Amorim will set up Manchester United. So I am just going to do watch alongs and enjoy the vibes, and everyone else can do pointless guesswork, because tomorrow when Ruben Amorim does not set up this way, everyone's going to get disappointed and say Ruben Amorim, we were promised this, we were promised that, and then people are going to complain about it. I am not going to bother doing that. I am going to see if we are going to play 3-4-3, and then we are going to talk. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit quietly and watch the games. Making content for content's sake with no actual guarantee of it happening, no, is also, it's also done too much sometimes, in my opinion. And I'm not going to ever get fooled again after watching that silly video I watched 3 years ago from some foreign content creator. I'm never going to fall for that again. So good luck with everyone trying to do that. जो भी जीतेगा तो undeserving नहीं था. So stop using robbed word. By the way, watching the stream around. Oh wow, that's nice. What did you think about the Arsenal match then, Shania? I don't want to agree with Untitled, but it was a little boring. I'm not going to lie. It was a little boring. I'm not really sure what Arsenal's tactics are nowadays. It's almost like they're trying to get a 1-0 and run whenever they're playing away matches. I feel like last year they wouldn't mind scoring more than one goal, but it seems this year they are very, very, very tentative, and I don't think it's working out for them, unfortunately. Or fortunately, if you don't want to see Arsenal win matches, that is also good. Barca fans getting happy because Vinny lost, but wait for a few years. Rodri will be the best DM because he won this award. Yeah, I don't get it, man. I don't understand this. Bro, sometimes I don't get rivalries, bro. Why are you celebrating someone being snubbed for a award that most people think is a rigged award? What is the point of celebrating it? Like, it's rigged. When your players don't win it, you all complain it's rigged, and then when the opposition players don't win it, you celebrate. But if you know it's a rigged award, why does it make any difference? Nah, man, I'm bored right now. Oh my, oh, grandpa saw. Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Shania. I never, what, Shania? I'm sorry if this sounds very insensitive, but I never knew that women also shave their head when their family pass away. I actually didn't know that. I thought only the men do it. And sorry for your loss. I'm sorry. I should be saying sorry for your loss first, but I didn't register what you were saying. I mean, what I was reading until just now. कि दिन उनके रिचुअल्स कंप्लीट हुआ, मैं साइलेंटली स्ट्रीम्स देख रही हूँ और आदत था ग्रैंडपा के साथ Sometimes I think about that, Shania. I lost my all my grandparents at a very young age, so I couldn't enjoy much with them about anything really. Yeah, it must suck. Sometimes I think watching watching my reactions when I watch United play, especially when Ahmad Diallo doesn't play. Everyone waits to see me react when Ahmad doesn't get any game time. Uh, yeah, sometimes I think about them too. Actually, it's very interesting. That was all right, but Real Madrid fans commented when he robbed on Rodrigo de Paul or River Rodrigo. What? The fan base we are arguing is, bro. Honestly, I you know what's the sad part? The sad part is I understand your frustration. I just don't really rate this award anymore. And I know that is really unfair. And I know all I can tell you is no, it is not because Rodrigo won it. If you asked me last year, I'm sure you asked me last year. I said the same thing. I'll tell you now. I think this award. I keep saying reward. This award is rigged. I don't know why. I find it very shady. I find it very interesting who wins it half of the years. I feel like a lot of people should have won it that haven't won it. Um, I don't know, man. Maybe that's why I understand the outrage. I understand why people are upset that they didn't come. But bro, like, I don't know. I don't know how reliable this award is anymore, quite honestly. They really watch football on reels and only match they watch the UCL final. That is true, but the difference is Ineos has the power, the Glazers, dreaming is free, right? Of course, dreaming is free. I'm just saying, dude. I'm the one thing I will not get fooled with is this whole how this manager is going to set up this team, dude. I refuse. I absolutely refuse to fall for any of that nonsense, dude. I'm telling you, tomorrow Amarim comes, he comes, right? 24th we play. Ooh, ooh, they almost got a second there. Straight away, 30 seconds in. Yeah, sorry about that. If he plays like a 4-3-3 still, no, and I hear anyone complain, no, I'm going to really be, I'm going to just put out a video going, shut up, watch the football, do not be naive, and just enjoy the games. Yeah, because the guy can't come and start making people play 3-4-3 in bloody December. Yeah, because the next game is going to be 24th November when he comes. These people want him to play 3-4-3 with all these people playing 4-3-3 for the last 5 years. Yeah, and if anybody expects that, no, they're criminals, bro. Like genuinely criminals. Because I don't know how anyone can expect to play a 3-4-3 as soon as this man comes in 9 days' time. In 9 days' time, he's going to come, and half of our team is going to go on international break, which means you'll only have half the team to play with, right? To practice with. And then if people go or give him time to implement his tactics, I don't know when he's going to implement these tactics. How many of you people honestly think he is going to play 3-4-3 before the season is over? Dude, I'll be honest with you, I'll be absolutely shocked if by January we are playing 3-4-3. And I will be very complimentary to him, especially if we are playing it well. Because here we everyone made an excuse for Ten Hag. Every single person you can think of, every content creator you can think of, every pundit you can think of, they made an excuse for Eric Ten Hag about how he couldn't change this team formation and play his way. If Ruben Amorim comes on November 11th, plays his first game on November 24th, and by Jan 15th, let's say Jan 1st, say Jan 15th, just to give him 2 months. In If you're telling me by Jan 15th we are playing 3-4-3 and we are winning games, bro, Ten Hag's not a fraud, but Ten Hag was nowhere as good as people thought he was. That's all I'll say. Because if Ruben Amorim can get our team to play 3-4-3 after these players have only played four back almost their whole career, if that is not proper coaching, no, I don't know what is proper coaching, dude. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. पास से रिचुअल्स के हिसाब से मेरी भैया पापा बॉल्ड हुआ था लड़की होके खुद से बॉल्ड हुई थी बाल वापस आ जाएगा मेरी लेकिन ग्रैंडपा नहीं उसके साथ मैचेस देखती थी एनालिसिस आल्सो okay so you chose to go bald that's beautiful Shana that really is beautiful but that is also very true right your hair will grow back you can't get your loved ones back but it's very true. Well, you can always watch football in his memory. I suppose that is a nice reason to keep doing something. Always watching football, thinking of him, which is nice. Yeah, women nahi karte मेरे को- Yeah, got it. You chose to. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Well, she didn't. She's saying she didn't follow the ritual because she's saying she just did it of her own accord. That is perfectly fine. Then you're just choosing to go bald. It's like if tomorrow I just go bald. I don't have to, but I just do it. So it's fine. It's perfectly fine. Besides, she's also in mourning. No, what's wrong with it? As long as she's also observing how she wants to observe, so it's perfectly fine. Bro, videos are out from different experts about Amaram. I can't stop. Like, bro, don't you do it, Shanks. I just told Nitesh and Untitled I don't want to deal with this anymore. I just explained to them in like for the last 10 minutes. I can't be bothered, dude. I can't be bothered. I can't, because I'm telling you right now, no, he's not going to play this formation until May. And if I hear one content creator, one pundit say anything, no, I'm going to have a great time on Twitter, because believe me, I'm going to start becoming very active on social media, because it's just ridiculous to me how people expect this. He's coming on November 11th. His first game is going to be on November 24th. That too, half of his team won't be there because of international break. And people are expecting him to play 3-4-3, dude. This is great. Almost all these players have played a back four, dude. Almost all of them have played a back four their whole career. Almost the whole team has played a back four for the at least last 5 years. And now suddenly we're going to play 3-4-3. Nah, man. Nah. Like, if I hear one person complain about we are not playing 3-4-3, I'm going to actually go mad, dude. I'm really going to go mad, and I'm really going to be very disappointed in our fan base, because these people know it's a different level of delusion, dude, that even I didn't think was real. Like an absolute different level of delusion, and I can't deal with it anymore, bro. I'll be honest with you. Because I already know people are going to go, oh, when's he going to implement his style of play? I'm like, shut up, man, shut up. That's what I'm going to, in my head, that's what I'm going to go. But he's not going to implement a style of play in December, dude, with players that can't even play back three. And then people will go, oh, but why did they sign Amarim? They signed Amarim because that's the only coach that's good enough to actually coach our team at the moment. Yeah. So deal with the back four, shut up, wait till May, and let's see what happens. Yeah, that's what my opinion. And I'll say this even, right, because I don't want to be a hypocrite. If Ruben Amorim, I'll say, in fact, you know what, Shanks, I'm going to go so far, no, as to say this, which I think you didn't hear me say, so I'll say it right now. If by Jan 15 Ruben Amorim has got us playing playing a back three or whatever 3-4-3 by Jan 15th, not only did Eric Ten Hag basically lie to us, right? Because we were told he was a fluid manager, right? Not only did Eric Ten Hag lie to us saying these are not Ajax players, we can't play Ajax style of football. In 2 months' time, if he manages to play 3-4-3 and we're actually winning games, like properly winning games, are not winning 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 like we're Stoke, I will be the most shameless Manchester United fan no you have ever seen in your life, dude. I'm telling you, I'll be the most shameless one. From being the most neutral Manchester United fan, no, I'll be the most shameless one. Because first of all, no, I was sold a lie about Ten Hag, which means I will have zero defense for him moving forward, right? And second of all, no, I'm going to become like an Indian expressions. I'm going to make fun of all the teams. I'm going to have nicknames for everybody. I'm going to abuse everybody just for fun, even though I don't mean it. Because that's the level of shameless I'm willing to be, dude. Because I can't believe no, our team will play a back three by January. I'm giving them 2 months, even 2 full months. If they somehow are playing back three and we are winning games comfortably, I'm going to be the level of shameless you'll never see. Twalumba might unsubscribe from my channel and run away from me. I'm telling you, that's the level of shameless I'm going to be, dude. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? That's the level. That's the level of shameless I'm going to be. Do you think sporting players will follow him? Well, allegedly he's not coming for any players in January. As far as I know, Victor Gyökeres is already getting uh, looks from Serie A. Um, Before we ever knew that we wanted Ruben Amorim, we wanted Gonzalo Inacio and Hoylund, whatever, yeah, that bloody Danish guy in the midfield, however you say his name, that guy, and Diego Costa. But obviously, we got Onana. He was one of two choices. I would just enjoy the counter tackle football if he plays it exactly. If he's going to actually be fluid, instead of everyone just tell us he's fluid, and he plays the counter attacking style with the players we have till he can actually get his players and play his style, then I'm in. Sign me up. Vibes for 5 months, I'm okay with. Vibes for 3 years, I'm not okay with. As soon as the season ends, 3-4-3 time, baby. Sell who you want, get rid of who you want, put everyone in the youth academy if you want under 21. Whatever you have to do to get our team playing the actual style you want to play. Sell whoever you have to, do whatever you have to, do it. Please do it. Only thing that changed is because it's done with when they become this one, I don't know about others. There's no such prohibition. Baba, how can you say someone has ball be able to show their respect to his grandpa? It's against rituals. Fair enough, Shania. Like I said, I clarified that for you. It's a respect thing. You have done it separately, obviously. I mean, not obviously. Obviously, in the sense of it is not. It has nothing to do with rituals. You have just done it out of respect, which is fine. Not in our culture. It's a different. Exactly, it's a different culture because everyone has a different culture. Uh, so that's it. That's all you have to say. Fair enough to Shania. I actually think what I mean. It might not be the appropriate word to use, but I actually think what Shania did was really cool. Unfortunately, not the best circumstances, but I think it's cool because of how she wants to remember him by, how she wants to mourn him by, and I think it's very cool that way. Respectfully cool, I should say. You know what? Actually, I don't even know if I'm using the right words, but I hope Shania understood what I meant. In Jan, Alvaro might return. Well, we can hope, can we? We can always hope. If we have any kind of common sense, we can. Bro, if Alvaro Fernandez joins Real Madrid, oh my god. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be Ineos out no before Ineos out existed. Like genuinely. I'm going to be so they veto Sofian Amrabat to come back and then they sell Alvaro Fernandez when we have no left backs. Bro, they all deserve to already get sacked, dude. Already deserve to get sacked. I'm telling you right now. I will be so furious and it was confirmed even by some reporter that it was Ten Hag's decision to sell Alvaro Fernandez. Bro, if you thought I didn't like him for Palestri and De Gea, I'm telling you right now, if Alvaro Fernandez gets bought by Real Madrid, the way I'm going to lose my mind. No, I'm being serious, and everyone will be like, oh, it's just Alvaro Fernandez. Who cares? He was not proven this that. I'm like, no way, man. I'm not letting this one slide. De Gea, whatever. Sancho, who cares? Ronaldo, weird. But this Alvaro Fernandez one was really going to make me mad. Because I swear, Shanks, I know it sounds so stupid, no? But if you guys were here from the last year, if you could say, if you can focus on last year's preseason, I, I saw the first three games, Alvaro Fernandez. So, Alvaro Fernandez was the left back, and a kid named, forgot his name. I think his surname was Juarez. He signed for, I want to say he signed for Getafe B team. So yeah, I forgot his name. Quite honestly, he was a Spaniard. He was a Spanish kid though, and Mark Juarez, I think his name was. You know what? Better check it. Yeah, I don't want to quote the wrong thing. From that very first game, I was telling people this kid looks good, right? So this was when we didn't have Malasia, which next the month later we obviously got Malasia. Um, so let's see. No, sorry, not Mark Juarez. Mark Jurado. That's his name. Mark Jurado. That is he currently plays 20 years old. He plays for Espanyol B, not Getafe B. Sorry, Espanyol B. He's 20 years old. He was in Barcelona's youth academy for 2011 to 2020. Then for the last 3 years, he was in our academy. And yeah, so it was Mark Gerardo, and I was like, wow, these fullbacks look really good. They're playing really well. And I was watching the first three games. I'm like, this Alvaro Fernandez kid in particular is so good. Defending, taking on the ball, good pace, good work ethic. And then he went to Preston, became player of the season for Preston. I think he was in the championship team, championship 11 team at the end of the season. Both our left backs get injured the next season. 3 days before the break, before the transfer window ends, we sell him. We get a third injury prone left back in Sergio Reguilon. By the way, who currently still does not play for Brentford, even though he signed for Brentford. Um, yeah, that's when it went down. That's when I lost my mind. They recalled him back. They recalled him back when when only Luke Shaw was fit. Send him back on loan with a sell on or whatever a sell clause, a buy, no, what is it called, obligation to buy clause. And then Luke Shaw gets injured again, like in the same month Alvaro Fernandez joins Benfica, and then again we have no left back for another 6 months. But now it's an obligation to buy, so we lose Fernandez now, and we still have Malacia and Shaw who aren't fit. And Alvaro Fernandez is tearing up trees and beating Atletico Madrid at 3-0 in a Champions League match. And now might be wanted by Barcelona and Real Madrid, and we still have two injury prone left backs. Make of that what you will, do. But believe me, I'm going to lose my mind. I am going to lose my mind. Absolutely lose my mind. Many others do the same thing. I agree. New managers will want his players for the system again. Cycle will keep repeating. Well, you know what? That's another thing, Shanks. You can't make any more excuses because a lot of these players are Ten Hag signings now. So there's no Mourinho, Moyes, Ole. Well, is there Ole Gunnar Solskjaer signings left? Fernandez. Is Fernandez the only Ole Gunnar Solskjaer signing left? Dan James gone, Van Bissaka gone, Maguire still there. So it's Maguire and Fernandez. Maguire is probably going to go this season unless we extend his 1 year. So Fernandez is the only one, I think, from the Solskjaer era. Rashford's here from the Van Gaal era. Shaw is here from the Van Gaal era. Most of them are gone. Most of them are Ten Hag players, dude. Sorry, Lindelof is a Mourinho. Lindelof's also going to go, isn't he? Lindelof's a Mourinho player. Oh, parried. My point is, it's mostly Ten Hag players now. So if Ruben Amorim gets rid of players, he's getting rid of old players really. He's getting rid of some of Ten Hag's players, which will mean there'll be higher percentage of his own players in the team. Focus on that. And Nathan is a good commentator. Thank you very much, Sanaya. Stop this topic. Fair enough. I should apologize. I'm the one who brought it up. So I apologize to everyone because I wanted to know. My chat is too religious. No, it's just a question, dude. I started it. I'm curious. I didn't know. Nobody's too religious here. I'm just asking questions about things I don't know, which is what I normally do. I did it around Eid time with Danish and all, and they were happy to explain some things to me that I'm not aware of, like the name of the five prayers, for example, that a Muslim does every day or should do every day, I should say. So I was just wanted to know the names. I was told the names. I'm just curious. That's all. It actually started with Halloween, believe it or not. I was asked if Halloween is a. I was asked if Halloween is a Christian feast, and basically, it is taken from a Celtic feast, which is basically a mix of English people and Vikings. It's a long story, but it basically started with what is Halloween in simple words. Lindelof from Jose. Did I not say Mourinho? What did I say? Did I say something else? Anyway, my point is that it's mostly Ten Hag players now. I don't want to bring in the things. This check is indirect all the time, so I don't think it should. Okay, fair enough. There's no big. Okay, cool. More news that wasn't aware of. I like this. Cousin allowed while it is sin and not. So yeah, see, different rules, different things. Fair enough. We can move back to football now, like Shania said. But in fairness, it started with Halloween, and I was curious. Anthony left wing back era begins. Oh God. Oh God. I feel, you know what? I'm going to say it now. I know no one's going to feel this, right? No one's going to feel this way. Oh, timings got mixed up. I've said it before. You said no. Fair enough, dude. I thought I said I no. I thought I didn't say it, or I thought I said another coach. I was confused. I'm not. I don't even remember what I said honestly. I just knew Lindelof is from a different coach. I don't know which coach I said. Um, what was I saying? Ah, I feel I know no one's gonna feel this way, but I actually feel bad. I actually feel bad for Anthony. Now, don't abuse me in the chat, people. Hear me out. I feel bad for Anthony because um, I feel bad for Anthony because I think I genuinely think Anthony wants to. This is going to sound like a terrible thing to say, but I think Anthony is trying. His trying is just not good enough. And I know this is we're talking about Manchester United, and trying shouldn't be good enough anyway. But I feel bad for him because when you know there's like a bunch of players who kind of historically don't try, the fact that Anthony tries actually makes me feel really sad for him. Uh, Unfortunately, I don't think Anthony is going to last very long. Farhan is just some hypocrisy. I agree. Big man with big problems. Timing on leave it. Yeah, match. Yep, we'll move on now. I also feel bad for Greenwood and Palestri. Yeah, it's so funny you said that, Shanks. Abhishek was here, is a Chelsea fan. Panathinaikos played Chelsea in the Conference League last week. And he messaged me saying, Arey, this Palestri guy you talk about, he didn't play so good. He scored a goal, but he didn't play so good. I'm like, but you can't expect Facundo Pellistri to play really well in Panathinaikos taking on a Chelsea team that's worth like 350 million. I'm like, he's just one player, dude, and also the argument was that he didn't get an opportunity to play at Manchester United with better players around him to see what is his ceiling, or to rather see what his potential is. He just got sold to Panathinaikos. Now, I'll let's be honest, right? Like Anthony Martial has joined some team in Greece too, right? Olympiacos or EAK Athens or whatever. Uh, I just like tomorrow if Anthony Martial can't be as good. Um, I don't think Anthony Martial should. I think Anthony Martial was a very talented player that became injury prone and then eventually became undesirable. So, like, I don't know how people will expect Facundo Pellistri to do really well in Panathinaikos because Panathinaikos is not a good team when you think about it. Like, you can say whatever you want about Manchester United, but Manchester United is still a way better team than Panathinaikos. So, the fact that Pellistri scored one goal in a 4-1 loss um, actually proves that Pellistri is playing way better than the team he should be in. Again, my opinion could be wrong. It's fine if I'm wrong. I'm not going to die on that hill. But it's like I can't expect him to play that well. The best example is Uruguay, right? He goes to Uruguay. There's a decent level of Uruguayan players. Next thing you know, he's in a Copa America final. Coincidence? I don't think so. He's playing in a good team and he's playing well in a good team. So hopefully Facundo Pellistri gets an opportunity to play in a better team after this season. It's sad. It's sad that he couldn't go to a better league and play. I don't know what were the options, but we kind of ruined him, unfortunately, and hopefully he can bounce back. That's all I can say. Who knows? Same. It's not his fault we pay 100 million for him. He was never even he know. No, it's not his fault about the money, dude. See, the money thing, right? The money thing is annoying. But the reason it's annoying is very different. The reason it's annoying is because you spent so much money on him that we couldn't buy other players when we needed to. And it had a trickle down effect because of FFP. We had more and more trouble trying to buy new players because we spent so much in the prior transfer window. In that case, it was really annoying that we had to pay that much money for Anthony. It's definitely not his fault. But at the same time, you can argue, and this is really sad as well, you can argue he is not even played as a, like he's worth 20 million for 90% of the games. If you take away the Arsenal debut goal, you take away obviously the legendary Liverpool one where he used his right foot and none of us could believe it, and past Van Dijk, don't forget that part. If you take away you take away maybe 3 or 5 of these really good goals he made on an average game, like on an average 90-minute game, or rather on an average how many ever minute game he played, he was very poor. He was extremely predictable and he is extremely one dimensional. And I'm not saying it because, yeah, I'm trying to be ruthless. I'm just being on. I don't think he was worth 20 million. Like, let me, you know what, actually, let me put it in a better way. I think I think Facundo Pellistri was much more balanced winger at the 20 million you spent for him than Anthony was for the 80 million you spent. And now I'm talking about in terms of attributes. Left foot, right foot, could play on either side, could cross on either foot, pace, doesn't mind running back and defending. I think Pellistri was way worth more the was way worth it in terms of the money. So it's not his fault we paid so much money. I agree. But at the same time, he has played like a 20 million player. Even if he played like a 60 million player, we can be like, okay, he wasn't as good as we paid for, but at least we got something out of it. He is playing like a 20 million player. And I think that's what people are frustrated, if that makes sense. So, personally, that's what I'm frustrated about. Out of topic, Trump or Harris? Trump, dude. Did you see the Joe Rogan interview? Very interesting. I've only seen a third of it. Okay. You're comparing my goat with some random dude? No, dude, I'm talking about two players that we bought that play in the same position, actually. I have no expectation from Ruben. Let's end this. I have 100 things to say, but this is not time for the platform. Yeah, fair enough, dude. Yeah, let's not talk about that anymore. Let's just talk about some football. I have no expectation from Ruben this season. Season के बीच पे आ रहा है. उसको pre-season, by the way, pardon my Hindi. Just for the reading part at least. उसको pre-season भी नहीं मिला था. थोड़ा time लगेगा अपना squad find करने पे. सबको होता है. ETH stubborn था, Ruben cutthroat है. God, I hope so. I hope so. That's all I'll say. Cutthroat है. It's a big difference to manage a big club like Manchester United. I wouldn't say I don't have expectations of him. I wouldn't say I don't have expectations of him, Shania, because I don't have expectations of him in terms of this 3-4-3 thing. Like honestly, I'll say it once. I'm going to be the most shameless United fan if by Jan 15th we are playing 3-4-3 and winning games. I'm going to be the most shameless. Believe me, I'm going to be doing reviews, previews, reactions, vertical streams. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to be the level of shameless. No, you'll actually never believe it. I'll have to delete all my old videos of me being a humble United fan, no, and just go full send, like like the late great angry rant man. I'll have to go like full send villain arc, Manchester United fan villain arc, like fully, because if he can somehow make these players play a back three, bro, I don't know what we were doing for the last 3 years. That's all I'm saying. There is no one that can explain this to me properly in a believable sense. If this man can make us play back three in 2 months, I don't know what we were doing for the last 3 years, because he went on a press conference and went, I don't have the Ajax players to play the Ajax style at United. I have these set of players, so I have to play a way that benefits them. Which, by the way, did not benefit us because we played from the back, and the 4 years before that we didn't play from the back, including the first year of Eric Ten Hag. So I'm curious to find out what's going to happen in the next 2 months. I have expectation of top seven knockout stage of Europa League. Top seven. Tell you what, if we beat Chelsea on Sunday, sorry, tomorrow, it's definitely going to be a big step for sure. And this might sound crazy, but if Arsenal lose this match, I don't think they have any chance of winning the league. Sometimes being shameless is a good thing. By the way, Randman ko yaad aa gaya. Exactly. We have to keep it going. You have to keep it going. You know, if I can be 5% shameless like that, I'll enjoy it. But it's not even like shameless as in shameless. It's shameless as in be shamelessly positive. That's what I'm going to be. Like I'm going to make all the funny names for the Arsenal and the all the other squad members of the other teams. Like I'm going to be shameless like in a positive way. Like because I can't believe it. Like if he manages to actually play three at the back in 2 months, I don't know what we were doing for the last 3 years, and that will sadly be very disappointing because if Ten Hag was actually fluid, Ten Hag would probably still have a job, and Ten Hag would probably be even more successful. Now that does not mean we would win the league, but we wouldn't finish eighth. We could have done better because if he was really fluid, he'd use whatever players we have to the maximum of his ability, and he did not do that. He did not do it. He knew our players couldn't play from the back, and he still played from the back every game. Still kept making mistakes in the final third. Still. Could not transition from back to front. Still. Kept eating counter goals. So in the end, we still ended up. excuse me. We still ended up not playing to the betterment of the players. And now, listen, I'm not making any excuses for the players. They're professional football players. They should do whatever is asked of them. That is the contract they've signed. Even if they're not good, they should do it. I mean, let's be honest. First season of Ange, we are watching Eric Dyer try to play high press football, trying being the key word here. Obviously, as you know, he went in January. There was a point in time where he played four fullbacks because the four fullbacks were all quick, so they could maintain a high line. He played a high line with 9 men after two of them got sent out in the Chelsea match. Okay, stupid it was. They lost 4-1 or 4-0 or whatever. It was a stupid idea. But it's also a pride thing, right? Like he's like, I'm going to play this style. You beat me if you can, great, congratulations. And the thing is, Ten Hag never did that in any game. In any game, he never did that. He never did. You're playing my style. If you lose, congratulations. I mean, if you beat us, congratulations. We never did that. So the fact that if Ruben Amorim can do that in 2 months, my hat's off to him. Man. My hat's off to him. You have to give credit where credit is due. Does that mean we can win a league? I don't know. Does that mean we could win an FA Cup? I don't know. But the fact that he's getting these players to play his style of football, when most of us think that can't happen, I'll be very honest with you. Before Ruben Amorim comes here, you can clip it and keep it. I don't know if any of these players can play back three. That, back. I don't 3-4-3, not 5-3-2 or 5-2-3. I don't know if these people can play 3-4-3. So I don't know if almost any of these players can play 3-4-3. So if they actually play 3-4-3 and we start winning games, I mean, you have to give him credit. No, what else can you do? Okay, you don't want to get overconfident. You don't want to be too positive. You don't want to like be delusional. Fair enough. But you have to give it to him, even if you don't believe it. So I am very curious to see what we look like in Jan. That's what I am saying. Let's see. But Ruben seems like an aura guy, bro. You can put a crown on his head, no, and he can be king of Portugal, dude. Until anything happens, no, I'm not believing it. I have learned my lesson, dude. I don't want to take that channel's name, no, but that foreign channel really left a bitter taste in my mouth, dude. And I'm never going to forget it. I'm never going to forget. I'm telling you, as soon as Ruben Amorim signed, the number of channels that went, here's how Ruben Amorim's going to change Manchester United. I was like, oh fuck yeah. Please just leave me alone, man. Just leave me alone, please. I'm enjoying my 5-2 win here against Leicester. Just leave me alone, yeah. For 1 week, leave me alone. The number of videos that came out the same day, these foreign channels, they made me. I was like, you know what, Nathan, just forget YouTube. Don't bother going on YouTube for a couple of days. Just do something else with your time. And I happily did it, dude. So many videos, dude. So many videos. And I was just so annoyed. I'm like, these people haven't learned anything in 3 years. They haven't learned one thing in 3 years. Same thing. Bro, content for content's sake. No, I get it. Algorithm and all, you do you, yeah. Everyone's trying to, make this like a make this a profession, make money and all. Respect, bro. But like in terms of watching it, I am not interested. I am not interested. That's all I'll say. Wait, Ruben will join winter next summer. Ruben Amorim is going to join in 9 days. His first game, hopefully, will be the 24th of November, which will be against Ipswich. So his last official game as a sporting manager will be 10th of November. I believe it is Braga, which is a team he coached and played for. Funny enough, I don't know if I told you this, yeah, guy, told you this thing a couple of days ago when I was live. But Johnny Evans was a player for Manchester United when we had the Aon sponsor. I think he scored in a game against Braga, and Ruben Amorim was the player that time. Ruben Amorim is like 2.5 years older than Johnny Evans. Let's celebrate that longevity, huh? He's just 2.5 years older than Johnny Evans, or 2 years older than Johnny Evans is still playing football. Ruben Amorim, I think, has been a coach for 5 years now. If you can't respect that about Johnny Evans, I don't know what you can respect, bro. That's all I'll say. Be yourself isn't shameless, Nathan. Go for it. Yeah, but this will be like a heightened version of myself. This will be Nathan with like shameless aura. Mughal Khan implement playing from the back and was blaming DDG, who won Golden Glove, and then he sacked him after being promised a contract by the management. And by the way, go on SofaScore, shameless plug. Top three average player ratings in Serie A. David De Gea is number three. He has 3 clean sheets. He didn't play from the beginning of the season. He has 3 clean sheets. The number one goalkeeper has five. He's in sixth place. In second place, there are 4 players tied with 4 clean sheets. He's 2 clean sheets away from already having the most clean sheets in Serie A. They won yesterday 1-0. According to SofaScore ratings, he had the second best score in the team. It is what it is. Still moving after what? 14 months of not playing football? Not bad. Not bad at all. But what was the excuse you heard? Nobody wants him. Why doesn't he have a job yet? Okay, man. By the way, for the record, Fiorentina is fourth in Serie A, in case anyone wants to know. I'm very happy to die on the De Gea hill as well. Aeon in the black background? Yeah. No. Aeon in the white Aeon with a red back. Oh, okay, you're talking about different kits. The picture I saw was Aeon with a red background. Yeah. AIG. No Aeon. Aeon. I saw the picture. I was like, oh, this is cool. Anthony Gordon subbed off 5 minutes to go, getting a great round of applause by the Newcastle faithful. Lord Evans, can you imagine? Can you imagine? He's just 2.5 years, dude. 2.5 years younger than Ruben Amorim. Actually played a match with Ruben Amorim at Braga when he played at Braga. This was when this was literally 10 years ago when Johnny Evans was playing for United for the first time. That's crazy. Lord Lukaku, meanwhile, cooking again under. Yes, another thing. McTominay doing well. Lukaku doing really well. It's like, you know, we always said that the Premier League players were good and were better. They're going to a league that we don't really think is as good, and they're doing good there. So it actually kind of proves our point that the Serie A is not as good as Premier League in general. And these players are actually kind of proving it for us. So that's great. Don't forget, Ashley Young has a Scudetto, um, and Inter literally sold him for 1 million back to Everton. Imagine winning a Scudetto and being sold only for a million still. You know, that year there was like half the team were Premier League players: Mkhitaryan, Lukaku, Ericsson, Young, someone else I'm missing. 4 or 5 of their six starting six, like played for Damian, played for Premier League teams, and then they kind of moved to the Serie A. So like half of the team that won the Scudetto played for washed out in Premier League teams. What can you do? Let's do a Federico DeMarco at Shaw Swap. Sure, dude. And while we're at it, let's take Rodri and give them Ericsson, and let's take Rodrigo from Real Madrid and give them Anthony, dude. Bro, no one's gonna do that deal with us, dude. What are you talking about? There's no way Inter Milan's gonna give us DeMarco for sure. I mean, nah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Still, he's nothing to my Lord Anthony. Oh God. Remember last year Newcastle also beat Arsenal, but that day Arsenal was playing far better than today. Shania, I could be wrong, but I don't know if you heard this in the half. Oh wait, I don't know if you joined. Yeah, you were there before in halftime. I just feel like Arsenal are trying to do this thing where, especially when they're playing away, they're trying to get like the goal and set back, set up defensively. And today it's kind of blown up in their face because Newcastle scored first. And them attempting to be aggressive is not necessarily working. I don't really understand the strategy. All I know is even if they score one now and they'll be like, yeah, happy with the point, they wouldn't have been happy with the point because they know 3 points they need today. Keep in mind, Chelsea beat Newcastle. Yes, they lost to them a few days later, but Chelsea did beat Newcastle last week or whenever that was. Chelsea is getting wins and Arsenal is not a good look for Arsenal right now. It's about 90 seconds of regular time left. The best they can do now is get a point. There's no way they're winning the game from here. That is not a jinx. I really believe they can't win the game from your playing how they have been playing so far. So I just don't see how they can win this game today. And 1 point will basically mean that if Liverpool and City win their games, they're going to be what, 6 and 7 points away from them already. Don't know how that's going to work. Greenwood 9 matches, 6 goals, 1 assist. Correct me if I'm wrong, Shanks, but I think he was in the shortlist of Player of the Month this season as well. Could be wrong, but I believe he's on the shortlist. He's on the final three. See, this is the advantage of playing FIFA. You get all this information on Twitter. I believe he's one of 3 players who can get nominated for Player of the Month this year or last year, last month or whatever. So yeah, kick that diva out of the team. Ballon d'Or is my. Oh wait, Ballon d'Or is fair. My picks will be Carval. I agree. 2, 3. Anyone between Vinny and Rodri would deserve. Fourth will be Lautaro. Fifth was Jude. There was no bias. You know what? The only thing I would swap is I would put Lautaro above Vinny and Rodri only because Lautaro won the Copa America, and I would put Rodri above Vinny, but both deserve. So my thing would be Carvajal, Lautaro, Rodri, Vinny, Jude. So your first pick and my fifth pick are exact. I think our third picks are the same even, which is Rodri. I think our second pick is only really different. I would say I would pick Lautaro and put Vinny at fourth. I completely agree with that. I also have no bias. I'm like, why would I have biasness? Like, what am I getting out of this? I've been saying way before this award was given that I think Carvajal should have won it. So just you know what? I don't understand that award and I don't care for it. I really don't. And this is coming from someone where in the final shortlist, Garnacho and Menu were both there in the Copa Trophy, and Menu finished third. Like, I feel like the Copa Trophy probably has more value than the Ballon d'Or, if I'm being honest. Maybe even the women's Ballon d'Or has more value in it because at least it's picked on like proper merit, not some kind of vibes kind of thing going on. Historically, a lot of it is vibes. Imagine Man City winning a treble and no Man City player wins the Ballon d'Or. Like, I don't even know how that would work. Crazy. Very crazy. Marseille, meanwhile, we're the gangster squad. Yeah, Marseille is having like a bunch of their players have had legal issues in recent history. It's kind of weird. I shouldn't be celebrating it, but it is kind of weird how they have this team with everyone who has legal issues in it. Sometimes Saka narrowly isolates हो जाता है. It's a concerning thing for Arsenal. Over dependency on Saka should be reduced. They can't reduce it though, Shana. You know why? Because when Saka doesn't play, who's there? Who's their backup? That's the sad part. Like our backup, when we don't have a left winger, our backup is either Garnacho. If we don't have a right winger, our backup is either Ahmad, right? Depending on who starts the game. I mean, sometimes we bring on Anthony even as well, but I don't know who's the actual right wing substitute for Saka. I don't think they have one, honestly. So it's not just over dependency; it's the fact that they also don't have anyone to like replace him for any amount of time. And he's also the captain now, very unlikely to like get subbed off even unless he's injured before a game. And it's very smart to isolate him because he's the one, because now there's no Odegaard. He's the one that's creating everything. Cross comes in. You know what, that header looked like it could have gone in 9 times out of 10, and Declan Rice missed that. What a perfect cross by Saka. Look, even after getting double teamed, he puts a cross like that. Let's see the angle here. It was way behind goal. Pope could probably cover it. Well, you know what? You never know. It could have gone right near the post and just bounce in, graze the post and go in. Pope didn't dive, so you never know. But that's just our point, right? Like he's isolated so much and he's still creating chances like that on a plate for Declan Rice. 90 seconds left. Bias management. Rashford should have been sold, but now he's so good that he can't be sold. Where Ruben will join in winter. Will Man United buy players? He's not joining in winter, dude. He's joining in 9 days. He's not joining in winter. Winter means January transfer window, right? He's joining now on 11 November. He's going to be at the club. His last game is next week against Braga. He has 3 more games. He has this weekend, next weekend, and he has Man City for the Champions League. He's joining for the. He'll be here when everyone is going for international duty. So 11, I think 11th everyone leaves for international duty. 11th is when Ruben Amorim comes to United. It's already settled. Yeah, Lautaro is very underrated. उसका PR होता था वो विनी जैसा तो उसका भी hype होता. Yeah. Also the thing is that Copa America. I mean, I don't think it is better than the Euros, but the fact that he won it and Vinny kind of laid an egg in the Copa. I think Lautaro would get slightly pushed over him as well. But again, the way this award is rigged, it's not sorry, rigged is not the right. The way this award is gifted to the players is just really weird. Two things I will never understand to this day. How Man City treble squad team no one wins that year. And the second thing is when Spain won the 2010 World Cup and Messi won it that year. Xavi and Iniesta was second and third, and they won everything with him. Plus, they won the Euros, and Messi scored 91 goals, but only won the only one domestic trophies. So basically, he won it because he scored 91 goals. Because Xavi and Iniesta won the World Cup and they finished second, third. And up till this day, I still think that is one of the biggest robberies I've seen in my life. Another robbery is COVID time. There is football. Everyone's playing football, but there's no Ballon d'Or ceremony, which clearly Lewandowski should have won. These three things, no, I will never understand how it happened. How can you show memes at the Ballon d'Or ceremony? It's a shameless thing. How can you display trolls and make mocks again and again towards a player who is one of the best top players right now? No, yeah, it's disgusting. में Paris people Ballon d'Or को छोड़ के Paris कहाँ रहते हैं football. I, you know what, Shania? Join in. I'm going to be shameless now. I'm going to plug. Are you ready? Lewandowski is up to exactly. I said that. Get ready for the. This is the most shameless plug that you're going to get because I'm not doing a stream after this. I'm done. Tomorrow I'm doing both streams, Villa, Spurs, and United. Are you ready? Are you ready for the shameless plug? Nathan is going to do his first official hate along midweek. Joe Linton celebrating like he won the World Cup. You have to love these South American people. Awareness levels are very low from time to time. My first ever hate along. Champions League night. Paris Saint-Germain, Atletico Madrid. Don't like PSG. Don't like Simeone. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a fun time. I get to insult everyone and don't feel sorry for it at all. Zero. Don't feel sorry at all. At any point of time, I will feel zero remorse. They win, they lose, I don't care. 4 and 5 points. If Liverpool, oh, I apologize by the way. If Liverpool and Man City do win, it's 7 and 8 points difference, not 6 and 7. Wow. So the gap is official now. It's going to be a problem. Messi also robbed. He should have been given the door this year because he won the 8 times. Yeah, that match. I'm telling you, I can't wait. I can't wait to cook. I don't like Simeone. I think he's the most childish 60-year-old man I've ever seen in my life. And PSG is not really a club. It's just some kind of joke thing that we can make fun of. I can't take PSG seriously. I'm sorry. It sounds very arrogant, but I can't take them seriously. Haaland won too. We shouldn't forget. I said that. I said when Man City won the treble, when Spain won the World Cup and Messi won it, and when Lewandowski should have won it in 2020. I can never understand how those never happened. And that is exactly why I absolutely do not trust the Ballon d'Or ceremony. Absolutely not. Come on, congratulations, Jabba. Jabba is a Toon member of the Toon Army. Great job at Newcastle. You cannot go to St James's Park and assume you're going to win, and you certainly can't go to St James's Park and play defensive football. So, a just deserved victory by the Toon Army. I'm on a high now. You should be on a high now. You absolutely should be. I think Arsenal just bottled the league. We all watched it today. Never forget. What is it? 2nd November, 8 o'clock Indian Standard Time. Arsenal bottled the league. Never forget. Will you do Crown Jewel stream? I will not be. Because it's my dad's birthday, so I'm gonna go have dinner and hang out there. Lever Rob completely during COVID. Absolutely agree with you. I'm telling you that there's some of these things they have done that listen, why would I want Man City players to win a Ballon d'Or? So what, I have to listen to them brag about it? Not interested. But I still think during the treble year they should have won one, and they didn't. That's why in a weird way, Rodri winning it this year, I'm kind of okay with it, because at the end of the day, Rodri should have already won one, and he didn't. So, final Champions League final goal to seal the treble. I mean, they seal the treble beating us, obviously, but you know what I mean. Anyway, my point is, um, yeah, so City should have anyway got a Ballon d'Or. So I suppose in a way it is kind of evened out, but my guy Carvajal got robbed. So it feels weird. Either way, it's all shady. This award ceremony, no, I don't care what anyone tells me. This award ceremony is one of the most rigged things that occurs in football on a yearly basis. Thanks. Don't thank me, dude. Thank the team. They played well. It was fun to watch. It was fun to watch them push Arsenal back as much as they could and force Arsenal to be very desperate towards the end. It was a great game. Shout out to Anthony Gordon. I mean, when you see the aerial view of that pass, the way it bent just towards the end, where Isaac, who has to hold his run for the most minute of a split second, just to make sure he gets to the header and hits it diagonally. Doesn't turn his head too much, just kind of glances it over, and with the speed, it just absolutely goes diagonal. David Raya doesn't really dive. He kind of awkwardly jumps to the side, and fortunately, it wasn't a good enough dive to get his hands on it, and the ball just goes flying in. Couldn't believe it actually. If you go watch my reaction back, I was in shock. The ball looked way better than it did, and then when you see it in the aerial view, we're like, yeah, that ball was really, really good. So yeah, important 3 points. You guys were more clinical up front, right? Exactly. And I don't know this new style of Arsenal where they're just trying to like suck the game out completely. It's just not working for them, and they keep doing it. And you know what? I don't think that's a good strategy, but let's see what happens. If Aston Villa win tomorrow, Aston Villa will go 2 points clear of Arsenal as well. If Chelsea beat us tomorrow, which they will not, but if they beat us tomorrow, they will go above my. You know what? Not even going to joke. Nottingham Forest, Brighton, Chelsea, Aston Villa all have a chance to go above Chelsea and above Arsenal, and Arsenal will finish seventh. Can you imagine Arsenal being in seventh if all these teams win? Wow. Well, we're gonna find out. And United in the lovely 14th position. If we win, we can get to 14th. 14 points. 14 points will give us. Well, you know what's the funny thing? If we beat Chelsea and Aston Villa actually beat Spurs, we'll actually be above Spurs, which would be kind of really funny because of how much crap the Spurs fans gave us for losing to them. That would be really funny. 2 games later, we are above Spurs. Let's see what happens. I thought it was tomorrow. Our Liverpool match, Crown Jewel, going to be fun tonight. Yeah, it is today. It's today. It's not tomorrow. What do you think about Aston Villa's UCL run? 3 games, top of the table. Everyone thinks Aston Villa were gonna, just be there as a participant. They have showed that they are not there as a participant. Unai Emery is notoriously known for being a cup manager. 3 wins, number one on the table. All four English teams are in the top eight, by the way. Number one on the table right now. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I think people underestimate Aston Villa. Aston Villa have a European Cup. Heritage, as some people like to say. Heritage. And let's see. I'm not really that surprised. What I was surprised in is that they didn't put a team for the cup. Unfortunately, they got knocked out against Crystal Palace. So Crystal Palace right now are 2 points away from the relegation zone. So I don't think Crystal Palace should have beaten them anyway, but Crystal Palace did beat them. So now they are out of one cup. Now they're only in the FA Cup and Champions League. technically, I suppose you could say they are in the title race still, because if they do beat Spurs tomorrow, they will go a few points closer to Liverpool and Man City. Let's see what happens. Xabi Alonso also coming on November 6th, coming home on November 6th. Ah, yes, that is the game, isn't it? 352. See, Shania is already gassing me. Look, she's already gaslighting me. Leacher, Euro, Delict, left wing back Mazraoui, right wing back Dallo, double pivot Casemiro, Ericsson, or Ugarte Menu. I really prefer Ugarte Menu if I had an option. Bruno Ahmad operate as attacking midfielder, so that is okay. Three, okay. Rashi and Rasmus for starters as Sub, Xerxes, and Garnacho. Not going to lie, I like that. I like that a lot. रूबन आमोरम के आने के बाद स्पोर्टिंग का दियामोंडे के लिए देखना प्रेफर करूंगी. So the players that have been mentioned before before we bought Amorim like last year were Hoylmund, Hoylm, Hoylmund. I don't know how to say his name. Hoylmund, I think is how you say it. Gonzalo Inacio, which was the center back I wanted when we were interested. We got Delect obviously now, so I don't know if that's going to happen. But I wanted Inacio. I wanted Hoylman. Diamonde is someone everyone insists that is going to come with him. That is now after we signed him. And a lot of people are obviously saying Victor Gyökeres. And quite honestly, I would love Victor Gyökeres to come so I could just do that celebration all the time and be very annoying with people. That I would absolutely love that. The thing is, we literally spent 100 million on two strikers in the last 2 years. If we're going to get Gyökeres, we're going to have to at least spend another 70. So I don't know if Gyökeres is going to come. Plus, apparently, Serie A teams are looking for a striker. So Diamonde is the player that we've been linked to. I think now a lot of people think he's going to come with Amaram. I don't think we'll go for Hoylman either. Apparently, has a very expensive buyout clause. Inacio, we could get Inacio. You know what? We might actually end up getting two centre backs, Shania, because what happens is, if I remember correctly, Lindelof last year, unless you want to give the extension, obviously. Harry Maguire last year, again, if you want to give the extension. And Johnny Evans, he signed a 1 year contract. So we have six defenders now, centre backs. At the end of the season, we will have three if no extensions are given. Now, is it possible that we take another extension on all three of them? Maybe, because maybe the next year we'll get more centre backs. So, for example, we might get like Diamonde and maybe we let Lindelof go or something. We won't able to let all three of them go. We're going to have to extend at least two of their contracts. I hope we extend Evans's contract. Quite honestly, I think Evans deserves an extension. I think he's been our best centre back in 18 months. But of course, he is too old, so they might just not extend him, which is sad because he's actually playing according to, in my opinion, meritoriously. He is actually playing good, and he should get an extension. But he's probably not going to get an extension. So I have a feeling we're going to have Maguire, and I think Lindelof and Evans are going to leave. So I don't really know who he's going to bring with. And he also said in his last press conference that he will not be bringing any of these players in January, which means he's definitely waiting for people's contracts to run out to see which players he can get. So let's see what happens. No need Gyökeres right now. We have Xerxes, Rasmus. Don't forget Chido OP Martins with us. By the way, he scored 4 goals on debut. I saw the highlights against Forest. 4 goals in the first half. Not bad for a debut for sure. Maybe in future Xerxes or in Gyökeres in after Ruben Amorim takes charge. But here's the thing, Shania. I don't want to be ageist. But if we get rid of Xerxes, who's 23, and buy Gyökeres, who's going to be 27 next season, shouldn't we be looking for a striker who's younger, like a Sesko? So this is the problem now, no? The like Ineos has this funda where they want to play, they want to get players of from a certain age bracket. If we wait one more year with Xerxes, so for example, if we buy Gyökeres in 2026, Gyökeres is going to already be 28 years old. Xerxes literally come this season. I can't see us selling Xerxes this season, which means we're going to have to give him at least one more season. And Gyökeres might actually be in another club. Apparently, a lot of Serie A teams are looking at him already. So I don't know how this works. But it would be very sad if we lose Gyökeres because we can't get rid of Xerxes because we literally just bought him. That'll be really sad because it puts Amorim at a disadvantage, right? Amorim would have liked to take his if he has the opportunity to, but I don't think he's going to get the opportunity to because we literally just bought Xerxes. So I just don't know how it's going to happen, honestly. I would love it. I would love it to happen. I just don't see how it's going to happen. If it happens, great. Absolutely great. All right, guys. I guess I'll be off then. I'm going to go celebrate my dad's birthday with some dinner. God knows what else we're going to do. Probably watch some more football only, but alone. Thank you for joining me as always. We'll see you in the next one, which will be Spurs Villa first, actually. I believe that's the first game, and then obviously the United game after that. I will see. Ooh, look at this. Come on, focus. Oh, what's happening here? Come on. Come on, I'm almost done. Look at this. My camera's giving up on me. Managers left, but still same core players with us like Rashi and Shaw. सबसे पहले इनको kick out करो club से. ये लोग जब रहेगा club का भला नहीं होगा. Fair enough. Have a nice hangout. Bye. Peace out. Yeah, take care. I agree with you, Shania, but I think the good news is most of our players are now Ten Hag players. I think like 90% of them are Ten Hag players. I think Shaw and Rashford are the biggest old regime players we have. Even Lindelof is going to go this season. I don't. Lindelof's never been a problem really, but Maguire, Shaw, Rashford, they are part of the really old regime. So even if we can get rid of for example, even if we can get rid of Shaw, no, even if we can get rid of Lindelof and Maguire, that's two more people from the old era. Then we'll have Shaw, Rashi, and Fernandez. Fernandez is only here for 3 years. So after this year, he'll only be here for 2 years. See what I'm saying? In the next 2 3 years, we won't have any of these players. We'll have like a fresh batch of players, no matter what. So just a couple more years left. Anyway, take care, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Double watch along. Take care. Good night and have a nice day. Or have a nice night and have a good Sunday, I should say. Take care, guys.